Hi, I'm Yapo, and with me today is Upin,
Hello.
and we're going to watch me play some Blood Bowl. This is Nuffleheim against Potato Man Jack's the Snuggles Gang, which is a necromantic team. It's got 2 rerolls, no apothecary, anything else like that. And this is one of the few teams in the league that can actually punch the crap out of me, so
I've been looking forward to seeing the Necromantic game because Necromantic are really one of my favorite teams.
the,
They
were-
are,
the werewolves are really awesome.
yeah, the
Werewolves
werewolves.
are only available on the necromantic team, and they have 8 movement, claw, frenzy, and dodge.
No, they don't start with dodge, but they have general and agility access, which is really cool for a bashy player. The werewolves are cool. The whites have strength access for beating people up, and then the flesh golems are strength 4, regeneration, stand firm, thick skull, so they're basically impossible to get off the pitch. They just stand there and,
Take punches forever.
yeah, they just never move. They're ridiculous.
He also bought a ghoul for this game, meaning he actually has a 12-man roster.
Ooh, ghouls are ghouls are squishy though. Armor value 7, no regeneration,
So, like,
no
the
apothecary.
entirety of my team.
Well, yeah, but you at least have an apothecary.
That's true.
I mean, that ghoul, if that ghoul goes down, it's down. He has no say in it at all.
That's true, but
So,
that's also assuming apothecaries work.
well, they give you this illusion of a safety net. I mean, the ghoul is just, he's out there.
Number 6 there, Snuggles Prime, is actually his only player with a skill. He's got block on him.
That's that's helpful, I
Or the only
guess.
player with a level, I should say.
With a level. Yeah.
The whites, number 4 and number 3, sitting by the fire and holding hands at the movies, both have block.
Alright, they start with it. And they're also, I think, the only players on the team with strength access for guard and mighty blow.
The flesh golems have strength access too.
Oh, do they? Okay.
No general though on the flesh golems, so no block unless you roll
No,
doubles.
the flesh golems definitely have general.
Oh,
It's
do they?
mummies. Yeah,
Oh,
flesh golems have general.
oh.
They give up the 1 strength that mummies have to get general access.
Well, then color me wrong.
Yeah. And I see you getting absolutely destroyed on the front line there.
Yep.
Only 1 armor break, though, which is... I guess that's about right for no mighty blow. 1 out of 4.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not in a horrible spot by any means.
And a ghoul ball carrier. It's got to get that thing leveled up and get block before it gets into higher TV games.
Yeah, that would be the optimal solution there. Also, I don't know why he decided to leave his werewolf next to mine, but I spent a good portion of this game trying to have werewolf fights.
Oh, yours are going to win most of the time. His aren't. Well, I guess yours don't start with block either, so they're kind of even there. But
The ones got blocked though, so they're actually matched as long as I match up the block to the block.
right, you just need. He needs an assist, 2 assists, and you don't need 1.
And that's why Frenzy is bad.
Yeah, you're now going to get punched by a white next turn.
Well, and you notice that I frenzied into a 1 dice block that I rolled a skull on.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
So, Frenzy is. I wasn't really thinking since the first turn.
yeah, it's dangerous. It makes you play differently than if you just have 1 block. You have to think ahead.
Also, for people not in the know, Upen plays a lot of Norse with me, and you have the Ratsgallions, right, in
Yeah,
League, who are
yeah.
like rank number 4 Skaven team. So,
Well, yeah, they keep bouncing between 2 and 4 because they'll lose a player and then they'll lose a game, and then by that time I've trained up a gutter runner back up to level whatever. So we'll get there eventually. And I haven't played any Norse at all since I lost to Steve Holt in the playoffs.
Steve Holt
So
was, of course, playing Halflings.
Correct. I lost Norse versus Halflings in the playoffs of Goombo 5 to Steve Holt, and now I don't play Norse anymore.
Shamed you out of it.
Yeah. Well, you have a rather bad loss, Norse versus Halflings too, so I guess it's not terribly uncommon is what I'm going to tell myself, and I can go on living.
No, it happens. Their tiny little boots find chinks in the armor.
Oh, God.
Anyhow, I thought what I would do here is just rush the ball carrier and force him to come up and start trying to cage near where all my
Yep.
guys are punching.
The other advantage to this is if he fails a critical roll, like if he doesn't do that first and he decides, I'm just going to do this block with block because it's so safe real quick, and then he fails it, you've now got a guy right there.
I'm always a fan of putting on pressure whenever possible.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Make them do the rolls rather than you.
And the one in the backfield there next to the werewolf is Odin, who has dodge, which means he can still run around and get next to that guy.
Well, he can try.
Yeah, well,
He has a better chance than anyone else.
I assume dodge works all the time on 3 agility because I'm glad he has 3.
I think now you'll actually have to make 2 dodges. Yeah. If he doesn't finish that cage, I think he can do it with 2 dodges, which would be stunned again.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate stun because that guy's got jump up.
Yeah, this is actually a nice cage. Anywhere you try to frenzy into there is going to be...
Bad news.
Yeah, there's flesh golems everywhere, so you're going to end up next to them no matter where you go.
Yeah, Frenzy is a great cage breaker because you can push a corner completely out and open it up.
Especially with the tighter cages. You can actually get the ball carrier out of the cage and then just sit next to him, and then they've got no one there the next round to push him out, and they've got to do something ridiculous. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, he's got 3 agility. He can do that.
Well, I guess you can. The question is it worth it most of the time? Falling down on is that a 3+? The +1 for dodging out?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would. And there you are. Now you can just frenzy someone out of the way and...
Now, I actually played this game on Tuesday, so I can't remember exactly what happens here.
I would probably frenzy that zombie out of the way and do this dodge last. Yeah, there you go, deciding that wasn't the best plan.
I was like, oh man, that's a lot of rolls. I should probably move all my guys first. And see, marking linemen against flesh golems is generally not the best idea because flesh golems will punch the crap out of them.
But you've got block, they don't, and what you want him to do is just make those blocks without block.
And fail.
And if he fails one, you've got the ball.
Rolls. Yep, that's what I want to happen there.
So it's kind of a calculated risk. You might lose that lineman, but you might also win the game. And in a league game, that's kind of how you lean it.
Gotta win. Every game. And, he's got block, can't get anything but push, ever.
Yeah, well, that's kind of how Frenzy works. You'll see the same thing when you get a Yeti, if you get one.
I'm sure that a Yeti will be voted for.
Well, yeah, I guess you've got the 3 rerolls from Leader, so Yeti's not completely unreasonable. Are you gonna surf this guy? No.
He's a little far away, and I'm not going to spend my blitz to surf a zombie on the far side of the screen from the ball. If it was a white, if it was a white, maybe, but not a zombie. If it was a werewolf, definitely.
Yeah, he has a spare zombie, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
So yeah,
he's got a 12-man roster.
And they've got regeneration, so everything you do to them, you have to kind of weigh it against. He's got a 50% chance of just standing back up no matter what happens.
Right. Regeneration roll on a roll of 4+, the injury that they just got is completely cleared, and they're available to go back into the game the next drive.
So, fouling players with regeneration, surfing players with regeneration, you kind of have to tint everything with, is this worth it if he's got a 50% chance of just standing back up and coming back in the next drive?
Surfs are always worth it, all the time.
Pardon?
Said surfs are always worth it.
Yeah, because that gets them off the pitch for this drive, guaranteed. He's fine.
Yeah. But this is turn 3, and I'm now down to 10 players.
And that was a Berserker.
Yep.
Was
would be
Mangle armor?
Yep.
Yeah.
So...
it's one of your... Yeah.
It's one of my good players.
I still wouldn't have apothecaried that.
No.
I don't know.
Not as Norse on turn 3. Not a badly hurt.
No. You've got more injuries coming.
And so now he's got another pretty solid cage set up there.
Yeah. This is... Because I believe the only players you have that could keep up with that werewolf and that ghoul... Well, they can't keep up with the werewolf at all, but you can keep up with the ghoul with just your runners?
Yep. Runners are 7 movement, and so is the ghoul. I don't actually have the ghoul on his webpage, or on his team roster here, because he bought it after I looked at the...
Their armor value 7, agility 3, strength 3, armor value 7. And they start with dodge, I believe. And they have general and agility access?
Yep.
Something like that. Yeah. They're great players, and you see horrible, terrible, brutal ghouls that have rolled plus strength or plus agility, and they're just monsters that you want to foul forever, but you never seem to be able to.
I've actually got a plus strength, plus agility Norse runner on one team.
Yeah, I saw that. I was planning on not having fun playing him in the Goon Bowl, but Steve Holt fixed that for me.
No, he actually got niggled by halflings last time I played against them.
Of course, halflings.
Yep. Fucking halflings.
So are you... Oh, there you are. I was going to ask, are you not even going to bother trying to get into this cage?
No, it's a 1 die follow-up, and so I was like, wait, this didn't work last time. I should probably make sure that I'm not going to fuck this up. Oh, look!
Oh,
look, I
again.
did it again. But I got a good reroll, so...
All better.
I spend my rerolls really aggressively trying to get the ball on defense, generally.
I wouldn't... See, I wouldn't have done that. Because now when that werewolf blocks that berserker, he can push him up instead of through the middle. And then he'll end up...
Well, right, but the werewolf is going to have a -2 dice block right now against the berserker. There's no way he can get an assist in there without blitzing somebody off first.
He can move one of those flesh golems down
Yeah,
to
but
the backside.
It's still not going to get an assist on the berserker.
No.
And he's got a negative assist in the number 9, and I don't think he's got any players that can move around to get to him. So, who's number 9? Number 9 is Suds McChud. Doing his job over there, getting ready to get punched.
That's what they're best at. As far as linemen go, Norse linemen are really, really good at getting punched. They're extremely cheap, and they start with block. They're just...
They're probably one of the best linemen as far as cost versus utility go.
Yeah.
Besides maybe Beastmen, but that's mostly because of the skill difference.
I think Beastmen are 60 as well.
Yeah, they're 60, but Norse linemen are 50.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the range that linemen go besides elves. You've got 40 for zombies and skeletons. You've got 50 for line rats and all the other normal linemen.
And his white just rolled double skulls, so he had to burn one of his rerolls there.
It's kind of interesting seeing this game with so few rerolls on each team. Normally you don't see teams without at least
3.
Well,
I have 3 with leader. I mean...
Yeah, you do. That was risky.
It was only 1 dodge, I believe.
Yeah, it's a 90%. He's got a 1 in 10 chance of failing that.
So, I mean, that's not that bad. But he is getting out of his cage now.
Yeah, we'll see if you're able to take advantage of this.
I do remember this one, though.
Oh.
Yeah. rolled the double skulls earlier, so he didn't even have a reroll that he wanted to.
Oh, that's a really bad one too, because it allows you to just open up that hole.
So
You can take out.
I'm actually
Yeah.
really proud of this
Oh,
play.
yeah, using Frenzy to get an assist,
That was the goal, and then
but yeah,
fucked it up. So
he needs guard and block, and then you can do that. Just push your way into wherever you want to be.
I'm a fan of Mighty Blow as a second skill, just because you use him to blitz and stuff all
Right.
the time. But
That, and it helps him level up faster. Because, I mean, level 3 is just 16 points, but level 4 is 32, I think? Something like that.
alright, so Frenzy Chain Push here.
Oh. Oh, I see what you're doing. That's good. I like that. So you don't have to do the dodge with number 10.
Nope.
That is good. And if only your Frenzy to assist had helped, you wouldn't have to do that either.
Well, I still get the assist off of Odin there.
Yeah, you get the assist off number 7, but you wouldn't have had the... He would have been able to, for example, pick up the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
It all comes together. Not the best scatter, but it works.
There's a lot of guys up there, so I'm not too worried about it.
It could have landed somewhere worse. So, yeah. And is that the werewolf with block up there?
It
Or
is.
that... Okay. More skulls, God.
Yep.
Yeah, and you just take it.
Yeah, I got one reroll left, and the ball's loose now, so I gotta try and save and make sure I can grab it and run away.
Yeah. That's a really hard pickup for an Agi 3 team, getting the ball.
It's the most, like, trap pickup. You're like, oh, it's, Agi 3, he's got it. Never.
It's just a 3? Yeah, it's a 3+.
Never ever pick up the ball. It's a trap, just don't do it.
Well, you can get sure hands, and that way you don't have to waste rerolls on failing to pick up the ball.
That worked so well for Hexacord last game.
Well, I mean, the point of it is that you're going to spend the reroll, because you need to pick up the ball. And sure hands lets you not spend the reroll.
I suppose that's true. That's the reason I get it mostly, is because that way I just don't even spend the reroll.
Right. You just fail it, and then you have all your rerolls instead of failing it and being down a reroll. Yeah, I'm the same way. I actually put it on a agility for Gutter Runner once, just because he was level 7 or 8, and he had nothing else to take. I was like, whatever, sure hands.
And now the big thing here is, since the ball is so far back towards his line, if I can knock down a werewolf and get my runner to get the ball and run away with it, none of his players can catch up to me.
Yep. As long as that werewolf's out of it.
Right.
That ghoul's too tied up.
Zombies are movement 5 or movement 4.
Right. That's their downside, is they're durable, but they don't move fast.
And then flesh golems are movement 4. So I mean, basically all he's got are his werewolves who can catch up, and his whites who are movement 6.
But his whites are all out of position.
Right.
You've got that one on the sideline that's going to get punched or have to attempt to dodge. Oh. That's annoying.
Yeah, it's alright though. Because he has to follow up, and that puts him in kind of a bad spot.
I am not sure what I would do here as the necromantic player. Yeah. That's probably a good choice. It looks like what he's trying to do here is just prevent you from picking it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's got to clear off some more guys before he can make a legitimate shot at
He's very rapidly approaching the point where he's going to have to make a pass to either that white or that werewolf.
Yeah.
To have a chance of scoring. Oh, well, look at that.
Yep. Ragnar.
Skills coming through.
Yep.
Ooh.
So we're now back to 10 on 10.
But he's got a spare for next half, and you don't,
Yep.
I don't think.
That's correct. No spare players.
So, you've got to take another one off, or hopefully attempt to score this half. So he has to score during your drive.
Yeah, scoring, and try and score as quick as possible. Or not necessarily as quick as possible, but this drive, and then I receive at the start of the second half. So that's not super easy, but relatively easy to score.
think the problem you have now is even if you do pick up the ball and dodge out with it, that white is still going to be there, and you need to mark him if you're going to run away.
Right. And I have a plan for that, actually. This is my brilliant plan
Oh, I
for
see.
this.
That would work. Oh, wow.
And it works because I roll double POWs. And KO him.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
Look at that.
Odin's a boss.
So does he need to make a going for it?
I believe he needs. I believe he can do it, but he's the only player that can reach me. The werewolf can't get to me, or I guess he can, but he's got to make extra going for it.
Oh, he's gonna try to mark you instead.
Right. So what he's gonna do is he'll just push this guy off and then run the white up to mark, and then hopefully I fail an action in getting his white off of me and drop the ball.
It's a good play. I like that. So now what you have to do is you have to clear that werewolf off so you can blitz number 11 up there or use number 11 to move up there.
Yep, as an assist in blitz with 7. Or blitz with Odin.
So you have to make 2 block rolls to free up the ball. And with no rerolls left, that's...
But I do have block, so...
Right.
A 2 dice
You
block
have
is
had your-
1 in 36 chance of failing, so it's not
So
that
they
bad.
say.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. Since I've already rolled like 3 single skulls this game, I figured
That's
I'm
how,
probably okay.
that's how dice work. You've used up all your skulls for
Yep.
the game. You can't get any more.
That's exactly probability. So I spent the entire time of his turn while he was punching guys trying to figure out how I was going to
The best way.
get somebody free to go deal with that guy up there.
I think number 11's your safest. I don't think Ragnar can make it up there, can he? That's
I think he has
one
to
too
make
many.
going for it.
Yeah.
Also, 2 agility dodge is bad news.
Well, you've got 2 guys to block that zombie, so one of them could take him out.
Yeah.
Well, so I say. Yeah, you have to follow up for the assist. Well, to remove the Flesh Golem's assist.
Right.
No, we will see. Yeah, that's has to do going for it.
And so then I block him off with Sven, and I'll send 11, who is 11? That is Horse Bjorn up there to blitz him off.
And you moved Ragnar up there, so he
Werewolf's
has
got
to
to
do an
dodge out.
extra dodge.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that's super lucky too. And so I was like, okay, I can score now, but that gives him 2 turns to score with 8 movement players. And that's not what I want to have happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that either. All he's got to do is make a pass roll, and he's got a reroll left. So
Well, not even that. I mean, he could run it, potentially.
he could run it, yeah.
So I decided that I was just going to stall for a turn here. Not the whole half,
Yeah.
just a single turn, because doing a 1 turn is pretty hard, and I figured I'd at least give him a chance at that.
Yeah, I suppose. Especially as Necromantic, it's very difficult without the edgy 4 players. If you had an edgy 4 wolf, it's pretty easy. Because you do generally have to make at least 1 dodge, usually more. And if you set up an anti 1 turn touchdown defense, then he has to make 4 dodges with an edgy 3 wolf.
Yeah. And now I'm paying for it because he's setting up to gang foul
Yeah,
Rob Halford there.
this is the best. My favorite defense against stalling is, well, oh, you're going to stall? Well, I'll just sit back here and pick off all your other players.
Yeah, this is the one that encourages people to not stall the most, probably, is when it's just send every loose player over to go stomp on expensive players.
Well, yeah, it works. I mean, there's absolutely no way he can get someone up there to threaten
Right.
the ball.
You can't even mark with the werewolf at this
Stunned.
point. So he's just going to spend his time trying to take out as
Pitching
many
everyone.
players as he can. Yep.
And yeah, if he gets another player off the pitch, he'll be in a great position to score next half as long as his KOs wake up.
Well, remember, I receive next half.
Yes, but you're going to receive next half no matter what. So, I mean, he's got to help his chances.
Right. So with no rerolls left and being tied.
That werewolf is actually threatening.
Yeah. So.
Getting speedy.
As soon as he puts legitimate pressure on it, I'm just like, nope, not worth it. Not worth the risk.
Yep. And let's see. The downside to this is he's going to get 2 wake up on KO rolls, because after next turn he's going to get a chance to wake up that... Is that a zombie that's still out?
Yep.
Yes.
So he's actually down to 10 players because his ghoul's out. Because he had 12 and his ghoul's out and he still has a KO unrecovered. So we're actually even right now.
Right.
Which is rather surprising. And, yeah, that
and
turnstiling...
a touchback?
No.
No.
It's on the very last line, or it's bounced out of the end zone to the very last line.
Yeah.
But yeah, that turnstiling is now just completely wasted because of the riot. Which sets the clock back a turn.
Well, he could have 3 turns.
That's true. And that would be even worse to deal with.
That would be really bad, because that's a legitimate play. That's not a, I have to rush and get down there. This is going to be tough for him.
But it's very doable in 2 turns with wolves.
Yes. He's gone from just punching your guys for a turn and then hoping for the wake up on the KO to actually having a chance to tie this up for the half.
Yes, I was like really, really nervous about this turn. It's like shit. Trying to make sure I was spent the entire time thinking about, okay, who am I going to move to mark the werewolf that he sends down, and how am I going to rush the ball carrier to try and get or to try and make him move weird to not get intercepted.
This is what ghouls are really good for, because you can get sure hands on a ghoul to make that pickup roll easier. And then you can use both werewolves on separate sides of the pitch to pressure the touchdown.
Well, he had a ghoul, and then he just got taken out.
Right. Normally, Necromantic I think they have 2, unlike Undead's 4.
Yes, that's correct. But then Potato Man Jack decided he was going to protect his werewolves instead of going for the touchdown.
Yeah, well.
So my best bet is he thinks he can take out enough players next half to steal the ball from me and score.
Right.
And then be in a good spot to do it again, which is very likely, especially with that.
That was Horsbjorn.
Yep.
Horsbjorn.
Yep, got stomped and KO'd.
And no injections yet for 2 fouls, both with broken armor.
Yeah, I mean, the fouls only got about a 1 in 5 chance of failing, though. So, anyhow, I was very thankful here because he has no players. I guess, I don't know if he missed the riot or what, but he has no players left in a position to score.
He might have just not thought it's worth it.
And maybe that was it, too, because leaving a werewolf down there by himself is a good way to get the crap punched out of him.
Because he wasn't set up. He didn't set up for a 2-turn touchdown. He was set up for
just punching on the line.
Spike punching, right. So all of a sudden he has his spike punching set up, and he has to go and score a touchdown in 2 turns with it. That's hard.
I suppose that's true.
So, I mean, he was going to gamble with 1 reroll.
Yeah, protect the valuable players and get a foul in just because.
Right. Come back next half and take it off you then. Gonna mark him anyway. I wouldn't do that, because now he can... Oh, I see what you're doing.
I don't know why, I didn't know why I did this, because I have 1 turn after this. And I figured I would at least see if I could knock it loose and get a pass or something.
Can number 10 score from there? Is that...
I don't believe he can, because he's only got... I mean, my team only has 6 movement, largely. I think I realized after the fact of moving all these guys forward to kind of rush him that I can't actually score.
Yeah, he's 2 squares short. He's 4 squares in, and he's got 6. He needs to move
9.
Yeah, he's 1 square short.
So, if I get the right people in there and Blitz is like, push him out or something, but...
Or you could get your armor value 8 Wolf Runner Claude.
Yeah, but that doesn't really bother me. I mean, the whole team's armor value 7. He might as well join the fun.
Here it comes.
Also, I was kind of trying to do werewolf fights the whole game, because
Just because.
you can't not.
I think his would come out ahead. I think the necromantic werewolf necromantic werewolves are probably one of the best players in the game, next to like war dancers and gun runners. They're just incredible.
Yeah, but, I got more strength.
It's got to count for something, and oof.
Yeah, but he's not set up to do any sort of touchdown action, and he had a reroll left, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, half's coming.
Yeah, I mean, this is last turn before half, so... And I'm probably not going to do... and I won't be doing anything that requires it, so...
There it is again.
Yep.
Oh well.
And he didn't even get a chance to punch the werewolf.
Well, now you get a shot. Try to take that thing out of the game. Or you could try... Well, I guess it's more of an and. You can surf that zombie.
Yeah, I can't remember if I do or not. I think I spend the blitz on some positional instead.
Something worth more than 40,000.
Yeah. As I recall.
I'm not sure what I would do. Surfing. You gotta do it.
Oh, that's what I try and do. Squig Elf has 5 SPP. So I figured that I would try and blitz with him to try and get a casualty.
That's
and go for
reasonable.
the level, since I'm not going to be able to make a pass with him this half.
That's reasonable.
That was the goal. And I spent, for some reason, I could not figure out how to blitz anyone over here. And, completely forgot how to play Blood Bowl and how assists work for about 30 seconds.
Oh, I see who you're trying to. Well, yeah, there's a couple players he could blitz. There you go. You figured it out.
Yes,
You remember how to play.
I finally remembered how to Blood Bowl.
And then depending on... Yeah, there you go. And you can get number 9 away from the Flesh Golem and then punch the white.
Yeah, or I can just be dumb and try and push into the stand firm guy.
That also could happen. Yeah. And now you need another assist.
Or I'll just throw a 1 dice block at the end of the turn and call it a day.
Yeah. Why not? It's only armor value 7 versus 8 in regen.
Yeah, he probably won't die. Probably.
Yeah, here it comes. Whew. Oh, that's... I don't know.
Alright, well there's the first half. Only up 1, but I receive, so... Horsebjorn's
not a bad
coming
half.
back. Got 9 on the field. And he's going to have all 11, so see you next time.